Hey, friends. So, this is week 2 of my break, and I hope you are enjoying this time with your family. So, during this busy time of year, most people start planning their resolutions and goals for the new year. Unless, of course, you took my advice about goal planning, and I will leave the link to that show in the description below, uh, and decided to plan at a different time of the year. So, if you are starting to think about what to add to your list of resolutions, I hope you're asking yourself this question: what books should I read? So, hey, moms, welcome to another episode of the Life Unboxed blog show, where we talk about all things momtrepreneur, from raising your kids to running a business, and the most important one, keeping your sanity. I am Jodie, the mom from lifeunboxed.blog, and if you're enjoying this content, you know what to do. For more great momtrepreneur content, be sure to check out lifeunboxed.blog, and there is definitely more on the website than there is on the YouTube channel. So be sure to check that out for yourself. And remember, if you have any questions at all, let me know. I would love to help you get started on your journey as a momtrepreneur. There are so many benefits to reading. So I wanted to share some of my favorite shows about reading and about books. So I hope you are inspired to read for business, improvement, and fun. So if you aren't sure what books to read, then these shows will give you some needed inspiration. And if you're watching on YouTube, all of these shows will be in the playlist link below. And as a bonus, I've also included a coffee and book lovers show. This is just available on YouTube, so I'm sorry for my listening friends, but I will link it in the podcast description so you can hop on over. So if you are listening via podcast, then look for the encore episodes every day this week. So after the release of this one, you'll have encore episodes available to you. Okay, and as a bonus, I'm giving you a bonus in the show, another bonus. So I'm going to tell you a fun way to read historical fiction. So I love reading historical fiction, but then I like to read what really happened. I want to make sure I actually have my facts straight and they don't get clouded by the story. So I appreciate authors who really respect the actual events. Like Leon Uris is one, Mishner is another. They really respect the actual events. But then for other authors, I sigh when I find out the hero of the story wasn't a hero in real life. Yeah, fiction. They say truth is stranger than fiction, and it may actually be true. So, if you're asking what books to read for fun and improvement, then I highly recommend trying to read a historical fiction account followed by the nonfiction account. So, here are a few books that I recommend to get you started. So, Victoria by Daisy Goodwin. So, this is the fiction account. And yes, your heroes will fall when you read Victoria the Queen by Julia Baird. I think I say that right. So that is the nonfiction account. Yes, be ready for your heroes to crumble. The next book that I would recommend is I Was Anastasia by Ariel Lawhon. I know, I'm sorry if I'm messing up your names. So that is the fiction account. And then to follow that up with The Resurrection of the Romanovs by Penny Wilson and Greg King. Then the next set is The Exodus by Leon Uris. That's the fiction account. And then follow that up with O Jerusalem by Larry Collins and Dominique Lapierre. And I think I said that one right because it just kind of rolls off the tongue. Busy moms wade through all of the must reads. So many times, especially with the business book genre, there are so many overhyped books that just aren't helpful for what we need. So finding the time to read between juggling clients, juggling schoolwork, and everything else you do is not an easy task. So it really takes intentional planning and good recommendations on what to read. So the purpose of that show was to give you my 3 tips to help pick the best business books to read so you aren't wasting your time. And Mom, time saved is a win-win for us. And of course, that show has to be followed up by my business book recommendations because that's part of it. We need good recommendations. So the next show is my top 8 best business books. So this is my list of books that I would recommend time and time again. So they are some of my favorite business books, but I'm always open to hearing good recommendations too. So let me know some of your favorite business books. Trust me, I add them to my list. I'm always looking for a good business book recommendation. So I don't like picking up cold books that haven't been recommended to me. They usually don't turn out very well. So these books that are on my list, I thought they were so good. I listened to the audiobook and then I bought the actual physical book. So because I'm a visual learner, so if I thought that had good information in there that I may want to reference again, I always bought the physical book. So if you need help deciding what books to read, this list is the place to start. But be sure to let me know your recommendations as well. So, and of course, we are busy mom bosses. So how do you read a book as a busy mom boss? That is the next show. So now that you've had your tips to pick books, you know what books to read, how are you going to get through them all? So yes, it is important that you continue to educate yourself for homeschooling your kids and running a business. And so reading allows you to learn outside of the box and outside of the accepted system of formal education. So it also lets you explore new ideas and fields that you may not have considered. So when you educate yourself in a variety of fields, you bring that knowledge and experience into your business and you really become an unstoppable force. Mom, I know this is a cliche, but I am going to say it anyway. Knowledge truly is power. And finally, this is not a show, but it's an actual page on my website, and it's called the Mom Bag. So the Mom Bag is a resource page for moms for homeschool work and sanity. And I got the idea to call it the Mom Bag because I looked at my purse and just seeing like the amount of stuff that I have in there. My purse is my diaper bag. It's a carry office because I have my notebooks in there in case I get struck with creative inspiration, when I'm not at home. And it has, wallet and stuff. So it was so full of stuff. I mean, I've even had sippy cups in there before. So that's kind of what the Mom Bag page is on the website. Just a ton of resources for every aspect of work, homeschool, and sanity. So on there, I also have more books that I would recommend because books help you to de-stress. So you'll find a list of some of my favorite fiction books, series, biographies, and books on writing. So be sure to check that out. So Mom, your list should be bursting now with ideas and books on what books to read. So hopefully you can get in some good reading during the holidays. And like I talked about in 5 tips to stress less, make sure you pick some good books just for pure entertainment because those will be the most relaxing ones. So let me know what books that you've picked up for this new year or during the Christmas season. I am so glad you joined me today. So if you want to help spread the word, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening to the podcast, so you can listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and pretty much any other podcast platform. So be sure to share the video and podcast with your friends and be on the lookout for more roundup shows this month.